consciousness to awaken the same qualities in us. One can connect with Paramashiva through oneness, but with the Divine Cosmic Mother, it is only by worshipping her feet with true devotion. And mother worship is the most non-violent, most peace-centered, most healing, soothing, and sweetest path to enlightenment among all the traditions on planet Earth. Worshipping includes contemplating, meditating through sacred offerings of mantras and oblations at her feet. Mother worship is the most non-violent and most peace-centered, most healing, soothing, and sweetest path to enlightenment among all the traditions on planet Earth. And as we stated, worshiping includes contemplating mantras and oblations at her feet. So why do we worship the divine feminine consciousness? Because she makes us experience the ultimate. Here is the Shastra Pramana for Devi from the Rig Veda. And the verse translates as, I walk as the 11 Rudras, I walk as the Vasus, I walk as Vishnu and other Adityas and all the divine forms of the Vishvadevas, assuming the form of the inner self of all the gods, holds aloft Mitra and Varuna, even as Indra and Agni I do, and as the Ashwini twins do. Ekadasha Rudras, Maharudra, Ashtavasus, Dvadasha Adityas, Vishvadevata, all of them are my retinue. I move around in my various forms with them as my retinue. I protect all of them, including Mitra, Varuna, Indra, Agni, Ashwini Devatas. Devi declares herself as the inner self of all the gods, the divine energies, and she is all pervading and all permeating. And we too have the beautiful blessing of experiencing Devi Parashakti as all the divine energies and pervading and permeating in all of every dimension of our lives. And we can have the blessing of Devi Parashakti So the first offering is the E-Hundi offering, which is just the general donation. And it's stated that Devi is fond of true devotion and is realized through true devotion. She can be through true devotion and removes all fears. So when you make this E-Hundi offering, you will be, all the fears from your mind will be removed, and you will have you can offer your gratitude and devotion to Devi Parashakti by offering your Kanika, and your name shall be chanted during the puja to Devi Parashakti. The next offering is the Sankalpa chanting, which is an offering of conscious resolution. And it's stated in the Soundarya Lahari that the mantras I chant with the sacrifice in my soul become chanting of your name. Let all my movements become, and you can offer this Sankalpa chanting to Devi Parashakti and receive all the blessings in your life for your conscious resolution. The next offering is the Devi Sahasranama Swaranakatu, which is the gold coin with the inscription of the various names of Devi Parashakti. The next offering is the Mukta Amruti, and you can offer this and be blessed with protection from all dangers and fears in your life. And he stated that the goddess who brings good fortune, who is praised by the gods, who is served by Devendra, who is praised by the Devas and troubled by the Asuras, she destroys all obstacles. And the next offering is the Sadhana Padma Pushpa. And it's stated that Devi, who bestows accomplishments and intellect, who showers worldly prosperity, Devi, who powers the subtle mantra of the cosmos, I bow to you, O Mahalakshmi. So you can get the blessings for attracting positive relationships in personal and business endeavors with this offering. The next offering is the Swarna Meti, which is the golden toe ring. And Devi's feet are known to be so auspicious. And Lord Brahma collects a dust from Devi's feet to create the entire universe. And so when you offer this Swarnameti, you will receive blessings for life of leadership qualities by offering worship to the divine lotus feet of Devi Parashakti, achieved even by worshipping a tiny grain of dust from her feet. The Meti is the gold toe ring to worship by adorning the divine sacred feet of Devi Parashakti. The next offering is the Mantika, which is a gold stated that Devi is the one who makes the nectar flow from the Sahasrara to the Anya and permeates the 72,000 nadis. So when you offer this, you will be blessed with an enlightened lifestyle. And of course, the Pratiksha Pada Puja, which is worshipping the divine lotus feet of Devi Parashakti, manifesting through your very own Guru, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself. And you can offer this beautiful offering and receive the most auspicious blessings in your life from both Devi Parashakti and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism for the sweetest path to enlightenment. The next offering is the Vastra Seva, which is the offering of clothes to Devi Parashakti. And Devi is Guru, the feminine consciousness, the one beyond idea of male and female. And when you have Devi Parashakti manifesting as your very own Guru, you can offer this Vastra Seva and receive all the blessings for protection and all the grace and auspiciousness of Devi and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So here are all the various offerings that you can make to Devi Parashakti. You can choose whichever offering you like, and all the amounts are listed next to the offering. And it's a very simple process for make the gateway.nithyanandeshwari.org/NHELA/product, and you can direct yourself to the Parashakti Bhava Samadhi Darshan information page. And this is a very simple process. You can select whichever offering you would like to make, and it is a very simple process. You can just go to the drop-down menu. This is what the page looks like when you go to the offering page. And you can select whichever one you would like through the drop-down menu. All of the options are listed there. All of the sevas are listed there. You can choose how many ever you would like. Say you would like to offer a Spadana Padma Pushpa for yourself and your daughter. You can choose 2. And then once that is done, you can add that to your cart and you can proceed to the checkout. And this is a very simple process that you all must be familiar with. It's like any other online shopping. So you can go ahead and proceed to checkout. and fill out all of the details that's of your billing details and all of your order details. So this is what you will see when you proceed to check out. And you can see your cart there, ensure that everything is there that you would like to offer. And then you can go ahead and go to the next step and proceed to checkout. And then once you go to the checkout, you can fill out all of your billing details and your order details. And this is something that many of you are familiar with nowadays, with so much of shopping happening online. So you can go through this process very simply. And then once this is done, you can go ahead and place your order, and you can fill out the 2021 Sevas form, the Sankalpa form, and you're a member of the HDH Kailas's HDH Nithyananda page. And there's a very simple process. You can just go to YouTube and click join once you see the Kailas's HDH Nithyananda page. And you will be directed to several options, which include the E-Kailashian Bronze, the E-Kailashian Silver, the E-Kailashian Gold, the E-Kailashian Platinum, and the E-Kailashian Premium. So you can choose whichever one you would like and decide whatever is best suited for you. And each comes with various benefits and offerings. And you can payment very simply through YouTube itself. You can either pay with credit card or PayPal. And this is a very simple process. And once you are registered to be a member of the Kailas's HDH Nithyananda page, you will have the opportunity to ask your questions live to Devi Parashakti during the Parashakti Akashic reading. And of course, again, here is the link that you can go ahead and make your offering. And you can visit the website, and it's a very simple process, as we've seen earlier. And once this is done, you can go ahead and fill out the tiny.cc/Sankalpa offering. So you can fill out all of your names and your names of all your loved ones to ensure that your names are chanted during the offering. So with this, we will be concluding this segment, and we'll be entering into the next segment, where we will learn some of the details about the COVID care center that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has opened up in India. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, out of his deepest compassion, has opened up all of the Kailasas as COVID care centers in India. So the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has opened up all of the Kailasas in India as Kailasas COVID care centers with multi-layer quarantine to ensure that every person is staying safe during this pandemic, as Devi and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism have been continuously warning, staying alive is the only priority for this year. So stay tuned for this next segment, where we will hear about all the various activities going on in Kailasas COVID care centers. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has offered both free food, free accommodation, free internet services, and free classes for every being who is quarantining at Kailasas COVID care centers. So please stay tuned for this. We will be right back after a very short break. Thank you. Nithyananda.
காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினிவில் உயிர்ப்பிக்கச் செய்து மாய மனத்தின் இருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து குரு பக்தியும் சிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ சக்தியும் அளிக்கின்றேன். மனமாயை விடுத்து குரு பதத்தை பற்றுங்கள். நித்யானந்தமாய் நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்துதித்த என்னை பற்றி வாழ்வில் எல்லா நலமும் பெற்றிடுங்கள். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி.
ஓம் 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 ஓம். காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினிவில் உயிர்ப்பிக்கச் செய்து மாய மனத்தின் இருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து குரு பக்தியும் சிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ சக்தியும் அழி மனமாயை விடுத்து குரு பதத்தை பற்றுங்கள். நித்யானந்தமாய் நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்துதித்த என்னை பற்றி வாழ்வில் எல்லா நலமும் பெற்று. ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி.
ஓம் 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 ஓம். காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினிவில் உயிர்ப்பிக்கச் செய்து மாய மனத்தின் இருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து குரு பக்தியும் சிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ சக்தியும் அளிக்கின்றேன். மனமாயை விடுத்து குரு பதத்தை பற்றுங்கள். நித்யானந்தமாய் நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்துதித்த என்னை பற்றி வாழ்வில் எல்லா நலமும் பெற்றிடுங்கள். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி.
ஓம் 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 ஓம். காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினிவில் உயிர்ப்பிக்கச் செய்து மாய மனத்தின் இருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து குரு பக்தியும் சிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ சக்தியும் அளிக்கின்றேன். மனமாயை விடுத்து குரு பதத்தை பற்றுங்கள். நித்யானந்தமாய் நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்துதித்த என்னை பற்றி வாழ்வில் எல்லா நலமும் பெற்றிடுங்கள். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி.
ஓம் 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 ஓம். காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினி வீழ்ந்து மாய மனத்தின் இருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து குரு பக்தியும் சிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ சக்தியும் அளிக்கின்றேன். மனமாயை விடுத்து குரு பதத்தை பற்றுங்கள். நித்யானந்தமாய் நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்துதித்த என்னை பற்றி வாழ்வில் எல்லா நலமும் பெற்றிடுங்கள். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி.
ஓம் 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 ஓம். காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினி உயிர்ப்பிக்கச் செய்து மாய மனத்தின் இருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து குரு பக்தியும் சிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ சக்தியும் அளிக்கின்றேன். மனமாயை விடுத்து குரு பதத்தை பற்றுங்கள். நித்யானந்தமாய் நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்துதித்த என்னை பற்றி வாழ்வில் எல்லா நலமும் பெற்றிடுங்கள். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி.
ஓம் 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 ஓம். காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினி உயிர்ப்பிக்கச் செய்து மாய மனத்தின் இருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து குரு பக்தியும் சிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ சக்தியும் அளிக்கின்றேன். மனமாயை விடுத்து குரு பதத்தை பற்றுங்கள். நித்யானந்தமாய் நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்துதித்த என்னை பற்றி வாழ்வில் எல்லா நலமும் பெற்றிடுங்கள். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய்.
Nithyanandam, welcome back. In this segment, we are going to learn the multi-layer quarantine COVID care protection centers at the de facto spiritual embassies of Kailasa, how these embassies are adding to the global peace. So with the blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivan's blessings, let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasugadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrusham Tattvamasya-dilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Triguna Rahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. If you see the statistics, some of the statistics across the world, the pandemic not only having the raising the concerns regarding the famine conditions, the health conditions, but it's making the world less peaceful. According to the reports, COVID-19 violent incidents and fatalities in just January 2020 to April 2021, there is you can see the statistics, the number of World Economic Forum, the number of statistics, how they increased. There's a huge spike in the statistics. And the prevalence of depression, you can see from the first picture, the prevalence of depression and anxiety remains high among younger adults in France. General population in the adult is the adult population age 18 plus. The younger adults are more likely to report symptoms of anxiety and or depressive disorders during the COVID-19 pandemic. About ages 18 to 24, which is they affected 56.2%, and ages 48.9%. Ages 25 to 49, about 48.9%, and ages 50 to 64, about 39.1%, and ages 65 plus, about 29.3% affected. The average share of adults reporting symptoms of anxiety and or depressive disorder, what it was in year 2019, about the 6 months period was 11%. Now, in just beginning of this year, in 1 month up to 41.1%. The share of adults reporting symptoms of anxiety and or depressive disorder during the COVID-19 pandemic, again by age, the younger adults are most affected. The stress in America 2020, a national mental health crisis. COVID-19 is a significant stressor for most Americans. Nearly 8 in 10, that is 78%, say the coronavirus pandemic is a significant source of stress in their life. Nearly 7 in 10, about 67%, say they have experienced increased stress over the course of the pandemic. And the COVID-19 could exacerbate doctors' existing mental health burden. More than 60,000 US healthcare workers have contracted COVID-19 and 300 have died. On the health workers who treated patients during the China's COVID-19 outbreak, 50% showed signs of depression and 45% showed signs of anxiety. The self-reported mental health among pregnant women and new mothers. Before COVID-19 pandemic, depression, what it was 15%, and during the pandemic, it rose up to 40.7%. And the anxiety level, what it was 29%, and now it rose up to 72%. Living under stay at home, 8 in 10 students are struggling with focus on school or work, avoiding distractions, and the resources needed are, number one, for college students, mental wellness and virtual face-to-face time. And number one, for his students, high school students, digital social gatherings. Students are interacting most with parents during the COVID-19 physical distancing, and parents can support students in simply spending time with them, ranking much higher than talking about COVID-19 news. The 55% of all students do not know where to go for help for their mental health. And understanding the pandemic's impact on working women. Nearly 82% of women surveyed said their lives have been negatively distracted by the pandemic. And nearly 70% of women who have experienced these disruptions are concerned their career growth may be limited as a result. Nearly 70% of women who said they have experienced adverse changes to their daily routines during the pandemic believe these shifts have prevented or will prevent them from progressing. As it relates to the on-demand work environment, nearly 1/3, that is about 29% of women who feel they always need to be available are concerned that if they are not able to fulfill this need, their career progress may be impeded. The World Bank released the Global Economic Outlook during the COVID-19 pandemic, a changed world. The pandemic is expected to plunge most countries into recession in 2020. With per capita income contracting in the largest fraction of countries globally since 1870, the COVID-19 recession has seen the fastest, steepest downgrades in consensus growth projections among all global recessions since 1990. Most countries are expected to face recessions in 2020. According to the United Nations news, COVID-19 threatening global peace and security, UN chief wants. While the COVID-19 pandemic is first and foremost a health crisis, its implications are more far-reaching and could threaten global peace and security, the UN Secretary General told members of the Security Council in a closed video conference held on Thursday. But the pandemic also poses a significant threat to the maintenance of international peace and security, potentially leading to an increase in social unrest and violence that would greatly undermine our ability to fight the disease, he warned, later stating that the Council's engagement will be critical to mitigate these implications. The COVID-19 profoundly affecting peace across the globe, says the Secretary General in address to Security Council. The COVID-19 pandemic is profoundly affecting peace and security across the globe. Secretary General Antonio told the Secretary Council on 2nd July 2021 in a video conference debate, pressing the chamber to use its collective influences to protect the millions of people affected by the conflict and already facing acute vulnerabilities. Addressing a 15-member organ to the impact of COVID-19 on international peace and security, Mr. Antonio said the health pandemic is fast becoming a protection crisis. Collective security and our shared well-being are under assault on many fronts. He emphasized, led by the relentless disease and the abetted by the global fragilities, our challenge is to save lives today while buttressing pillars of security for tomorrow. It's time about climate change and a warming planet. No one is safe. You have been telling us for over 3 decades of the dangers of allowing the planet to warm. The world listened, but you did not hear. The world listened, but you did not act strongly enough. As a result, climate change is a problem that is here now. Nobody is safe and is getting worse faster. COVID-19 is a threat to peace building in a conflict-affected nations. COVID-19 crisis has worsened already fragile situations. The ILO, the International Labour Organization, is more aware than ever of its responsibility to promote peace and resilience in the time of this global pandemic. Breakthrough infections found in 25% health staff. According to a study, a little over 25% of healthcare workers were infected with coronavirus despite getting fully vaccinated. A recent study has revealed, giving an insight on the breakthrough infections due to the Delta variant. The study, jointly conducted by the Institute of Genomics and Integrative Biology and Max Hospital in Delhi NCR, found that vaccination breakthroughs were far more common during the Delta outbreak in Delhi than previously reported. New COVID-19 variant Mu shows signs of vaccine resistance. All you need to know. A new coronavirus strain known as Mu, which was first identified in Colombia in January, has been designated a variant of interest by the World Health Organization. After being detected in Colombia, Mu, known scientifically as B.1.621, has been reported in other South American countries and in Europe. The Mu variant has a constellation of mutations that indicate potential properties of immune escape, the Global Health Body said on Tuesday in its weekly pandemic bulletin. New strain of COVID-19 detected in 6 countries. The Power Breakfast, CNBC TV 18. The ongoing coronavirus pandemic is not over yet. The new highly mutated COVID C.1.2 strain discovered in South Africa is a testimony on how dangerously the virus can adapt to bypass vaccines when the world decides to reopen prematurely. The C.1.2 variant has been termed the world's most mutated variant since the beginning of the pandemic. New COVID-19 variant C.1.2 causes flutter. World Health Organization says it's watching. The World Health Organization has said that to date, there are 100 sequences of C.1.2 reported globally. From the earliest reports from May 21 from South Africa, and currently it does not appear to be increasing in circulation. The new variant was first found in South Africa in May. Researchers from South Africa have described the C.1.2 variant, which has 40 to 59 mutations more than the original Wuhan virus. It is spike protein. There are 14 mutations which include the usual suspects, including N51Y, 84K, and Y44DEL. It shares T478K mutation with Delta. The spread of evolution for this variant is 1.8 times faster than average. So join the COVID care protection centers and register now through the link below, https://kailasa.org/Kailasa care, and protect your life, save your life. Join the Kailasa's COVID care protection centers and with the link below and save your life. And not only protect from this pandemic, but add more peace, more joy, more blissful life, and the conscious breakthrough. These sustainable development goals, making peace with nature, is possible if we start now. Making peace with nature is possible if we start now. Even amid a pandemic, 2021 can go down as the year we made peace with nature and set the planet to healing. Our environmental, societal, and economic challenges are interlinked. They must be tackled together. For example, we cannot achieve the sustainable development goals, including ending poverty, by 2030 if climate change and ecosystem collapse are undermining food and water supplies in the world's poorest countries. We have no choice but to transform our economics and societies by valuing nature and putting its health at the heart of all our decisions. The World Health Organization's Health and Peace Initiative, health and peace are interrelated. In the words of the Director General of World Health Organization, Dr. Tedros said that there cannot be a health without peace, and there cannot be a peace without health. In 2021 theme, the Yoga for Well-Being, on the occasion of International Day of Yoga, 21st June, the day will be marked at the time when the COVID-19 pandemic continues to upend lives and livelihoods of people globally. Beyond its immediate impact on physical health, the COVID-19 pandemic has also exacerbated psychological suffering and mental health problems, including depression and anxiety, as pandemic-related restrictions continue in various forms in many countries. This has highlighted the urgent need to address the mental health dimension of the pandemic in addition to the physical health aspects. The message of yoga in promoting both the physical and mental well-being of humanity has never been more relevant. A growing trend of people around the world embracing yoga to stay healthy and rejuvenated and to fight social isolation and depression has been witnessed during the pandemic. Yoga is also playing a significant psychosocial care and rehabilitation of COVID-19 patients in quarantine and isolation. It is particularly helpful in allaying the fears and anxiety. Amidst the COVID-19, we need enhanced international coordination to build peace. According to the United States Institute of Peace, tackling the pandemic and building resilience in fragile stress requires concerted international action in local, national, and global levels. As the humanitarian and economic toll of COVID-19 pandemic continues to grow, so does the risk that this crisis will fuel new conflict around the world, while stemming prospects for resolving ongoing ones. The Sustainable Developmental Goals, the United Nations spotlights health benefits of yoga, ancient practice that can ease stress of our modern laptop lives. Yoga is a practice that can be relevant to all ages, relevant to all cultures, irrespective of what socio-economic status people represent. It can be used to unite our complex and difficult world, to promote not only healthy lifestyles, but to promote peace and security in the world, said Dr. Nata Manabde, executive director of the New York office of the World Health Organization, at an event entitled Conversation Yoga for Health. Stronger health systems and universal health coverage must be a priority. For the first time since 1945, the entire world is confronted by a common threat, regardless of nationality, ethnicity, or faith. Remarks to the General Assembly special session in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, a new social contract between people, governments, the private sector, civil society, and more can tackle the roots of inequality with fair taxation on income and wealth, universal benefits, and opportunities for all. Food systems hold key to ending world hunger. Effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, the UN has noted a dramatic increase in world hunger. According to the state of food security and nutrition in the world, 1/10 of the global population, that is as many as 811 million people, were undernourished in 2020, an increase of 118 million from 2019. According to the EAT, the Lancet, moving toward saturated fats and limited amounts of refined grains, highly processed foods, and added sugars could prevent between 19 to 20% of all adult deaths each year. The international peace and security. Our contemporary world is showing no signs of decline in the intensity of violent conflicts, crime, displacement, and the prevalence of a continued state of tension in many regions of the world. According to a UN report, in the year 2019 alone, about 55% of 358 political conflicts worldwide involve the use of violence. Geopolitical tensions, which have been on the rise even before the COVID-19 pandemic, have only prolonged violent conflict, making it difficult for policymakers to come together and resolve their differences peacefully and amicably. The last decade witnessed the highest number of people internally displaced by conflict and violence. The international peace and security. The Vedic scriptures say, Vyastu sarvani bhutani atmani iva nupushyati sarva bhuteshu chatmanam tatona vijugupsyate. The inner peace leads to world peace. From the verse 6 of Isha Vasha Upanishad. Now let us understand the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's contributions.
Social answer means I'll tell, oh, you should all work for global, you should work for all these, that things, you should vote only the party which says that it will stop the war and all these things. This is the social answer. Nonsense. If you want the honest answer, I tell you, simply transform yourself. You can't do anything. If at all you can do, you would have done it. Be honest. If you can do, you would have done it. You are raising this question because you are not able to do. Am I right? So let us be very clear. Let us be honest. We are not able to do. Socially. That's the truth. That's the reason you are sitting here and raising the question. I tell you, understand few important things. There are a lot more attached to this question. There are many things which is attached to this question. We always feel the present is the world is totally spoiled. It is not going according to the rules or how it is supposed to be. It was wonderful once upon a time. In ancient time, things were going properly, everything was well and great. And I tell you, 10,000 years ago, they found some writings on stone in Harappa Mohenjo-daro culture. Some stone writings have been discovered. The other day I read a beautiful book about that stone writings. That writings, it says, oh, nowadays the society is not as it should be. So much of war, there is no peace. In the early time, peace, society was really great, things were as it should be. And it almost looks like a today newspaper editorial. 10,000 years ago, the same thing carved on a stone. Then understand, there was no such time as only good prevailed. It is just a fantasy. Hinduism, they call it Satya Yuga, the age of truth. There was a time only truth prevailed. And every religion, Christianity, they say the Garden of Adam and Eve. There was a time everything was wonderful. Every religion has got the fantasy. The past was great. There was golden past. Always the idea of golden past exists only in the past. The more you go back, again you say the past was great. And I tell you one thing, it is a wonderful way of postponing accepting the reality. Otherwise, I can be sure the world was same as it is today. Whether it is 5,000 years ago or 10,000 years ago. Maybe one thing, there was no CNN channel that time. So the news did not reach you so quickly. That's all. The news did not reach you so quickly. That may be the only difference. But otherwise I can be sure the good and the bad was equal. Good and the bad was equal. The same amount of wars were there. All the other things were there. If you read the Puranas, the mythological stories of India, you see enough of things. Enough of dirty things. I think sometimes I find little more. And if you read completely the Puranas or the Hindu scriptures, there are a lot of things much worse than modern day. The criminal activities or bad things or negative things, whatever you say, all this stuff. And never think only present day is corrupted or violent. In the ancient days also, all these things were there. Only one thing was not there, the CNN news or the internet. So the news did not reach you. But otherwise I can tell you, enough the good and bad was there. It always will exist. It will exist. All you can do is, if you awaken yourself, if you reach the enlightenment state, you can go beyond it. And I tell you, enlightenment is the only service you can do to the society. Just become enlightened so that you will reduce the negativity. Now, as of now, you are also the part of negative group. Naturally, we will be a negative group. As long as we are unenlightened, we will be the part of collective negative consciousness. So if you become enlightened, at least you will reduce your weight. That's the only thing we can do. Nothing else can be done. So all I request you to do is just become enlightened. Realize that you are a lion. That's the only way to help yourself and the society. Otherwise, all revolutions, you see, all revolution again end up as one more tradition. In last 2000 years, 3000 wars have happened in the humanity. In 2000 years, 3000 wars. Human beings have not done anything except doing wars. Everybody claims he wants to do revolution. He wants to spread peace. You see, every country claims their army is a defensive army. Then who is offending? Tell me. Every country says defensive army. Then who is offending? These are all just, games. The idea of peace is a pure game. Everybody wants to spread the peace according to them, not according to the other person. They want peace according to them. The other day I was in one interreligious gathering. One guy is preaching. let all of you convert to my religion so that we will not have fight. He wants peace the way in which he wanted, not the way in which. And there's a beautiful saying, the sword of Muhammad, it is written, peace alone should survive, something like that. He has written some statement about the peace on the sword. We all take sword to spread the peace. So no revolution is going to help, because in the last 2000 years 3000 revolutions have happened, but still world is same, I think much worse. So no revolution is going to help, only individual evolution is going to help. So be very clear. Instead of working in the outer world, start working in the inner world. That will help you and society some way.
Now,
Social answer means I'll tell, oh, you should all work for global peace.
now let's listen from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism about the Sri Kailasa is all about peace-based powerfulness.
Listen carefully. The space of Shanti, is where Kailasa grows. Listen carefully. It is in the deep powerfulness of peace, or peace-centered powerfulness is the ground, breeding ground for Paramashivatva to manifest. Please understand. Like how pure mirror reflects everything, pure Shanti-based Shakti, peace-based powerfulness reflects Paramashiva. Paramashiva manifests in peace-based powerfulness. Please understand. Neither violence nor powerlessness. Powerlessness is weakness. Violence is abusive. Peace-centered powerfulness. Powerfulness-centered peace. All the Upanishads starts with peace, completes with peace. Shanti mantra starts with Shanti mantra, gets completed with Shanti mantra. Peace-based powerfulness is a fundamental requirement for Paramashivatva to manifest. That is why people who don't want us to manifest Paramashivatva or power manifestation do not want to allow the peace in our life, or do not want peace in our campus. Understand? But only if you are peaceful, which cannot be shaken even by the demons and devils and rakshasas, we can be in eternal peace. So, remember this very clearly. Peace alters the very DNA structure, genetic structure, the core Anu Mahat structure. Understand? Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan. The consciousness in you is atom inside the atom, Mahat, more than Mahat. That Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan. That consciousness starts growing in you with more and more peace-based powerfulness developing in you. Nothing can be compared to unclutching. Spend more and more time, energy in unclutching. It will never be wasted. Time spent on unclutching is the most productive time for you in your life, because unclutching completely makes you altogether a different material. Understand? It makes your very biomemory, muscle memory, core structure, molecular structure, genetic structure, DNA structure, everything, all the 8 energy flow circuits, 7 energy flows, 1 the pure conscious explosion. So totally 8 energy flow circuits exist in you. All the 8 explodes when you unclutch. Understand? Unclutching is the space of Sri Kailasa. Listen carefully. The space.
Every prayer in Hinduism ends with peace. So let's listen from words of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.
Every chanting, every prayer in Hinduism ends with Shanti, Shanti, Shanti 3 times. Means peace, peace, peace. Hinduism is the real religion. Loving peace, living peace. Individual level, social level, global level. Understand? Hinduism lasts all its 56 nations, 200 states, 10,000 kingdoms, samsthanas, is not a loss to Hinduism, it is a loss to planet Earth, human beings. Wherever Hinduism is practiced, kept alive, the ideal of global peace is kept alive. Just do this one simple statistics. You yourself study. Google and study. Take the top 10 religions and list how many people they converted in last 200 years, how many people they killed. List for each religion. I can be 200% sure you yourself will realize Hinduism is the most peace-loving and peace-living religion, neither conversion nor terrorism. Neither conversion nor terrorism. Being the Supreme Pontiff of peace-loving, peace-living religion, I give you all my blessings on this International Peace Day. Understand? It is we Hindus need to keep the global peace as a living possibility, and we need to make this global peace as reality. Just talking about global peace will not work. Working for global peace only is the responsibility of the real living Hindu. Anyone who wants to claim themselves as a Hindu or practicing Hindu should work for global peace. Global peace is our responsibility. Hindus have the responsibility to bring global peace. So you can also throw a challenge. See, if you are making a Hindu micronation, you can throw this challenge to each one, your friends, family, 10 people. Let them participate in the challenge and then let them send a challenge to others. So I welcome all the living and practicing Hindus to become founding fathers of Kailasa micronation in your countries. You can also make a challenge, like how they made ice bucket challenge and all that. We can make a challenge. You form Hindu micronation and claim, I am the founding father of the Hindu micronation Kailasa. And then you can invite your family, friends for a challenge. 11 people. You form and you challenge 11 people and they also form and they spread. So let us start spreading. This project is my message on this International Day of Peace. Let us start working for global peace instead of just talking. The work we do will talk for us. The talk we do will not work for us. This is the message. The work we do will talk for us. The talk we do will not work for us. Global peace is the responsibility of Hindus. We living, practicing Hindus not only the individual peace through unclutching, yoga, meditation, we should also create an ecosystem where the global peace starts manifesting. This Kailasa Hindu micronation is the enlightenment ecosystem. I request every living practicing Hindu to manifest, do it. So the global peace can manifest from these Kailasa Hindu micronations all over the world.
Kailasa's mission of global peace and superconsciousness breakthrough. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the founder and spiritual head of Kailasa. The revival of the ancient, enlightened Hindu civilizational nation, which is being revived by displaced Hindus from around the world. The sovereign order of Kailasa, led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and Nithyananda order of monks, nuns, and Hindu diaspora, are working for global peace and to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. It is the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's mission to recreate a conscious world where the global issues at the climate and economic, social, health, and humanitarian levels cease to exist from their very root, turning the problems of poverty and hunger, violence, discrimination into powerful living through the experience of oneness. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been working from the very grassroots level to usher in an era of peace at all levels, individual, societal, national, and global. His deep insights into the workings of the human mind, body, emotions have enabled him to powerfully and directly address various social and emotional problems facing humanity today. The life solutions based on the ancient Hindu tradition, the meditation and yoga techniques from the scriptures, the cognitions rooted in the highest truths, the lifestyle based on living and radiating the higher values of life and powerful way of living and realizing one's ultimate potential form the foundation of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's teachings, which by their inherent nature provide the foundation for peace on planet Earth. In a short period of public life, he has contributed to the humanity in the areas of meditation, healing, health and wellness, yoga, medicine, education, lifestyle, and science and technology. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been working on creating and teaching people the significance of peace and how to achieve it, and working for higher consciousness, life, and lifestyle, reducing collective negativity in thoughts, words, and actions, living in oneness, peaceful coexistence with humanity and nature, manifesting superhuman powers for a better quality of life. More than 20 million people in 347 cities in 196 countries over 6 continents revere and follow the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism launched the Minutes for Peace initiative, which aimed to reduce crime globally by conducting mass meditations around the world in parallel. In 2014, just after 2 years of launching the program, it crossed over 1 billion minutes of meditation. Scientific studies have shown a reduced crime rate after participation of the meditation and completion techniques. In 1976, it was found that when 1% of a community practiced meditation, pujas, and the crime rate was reduced by 16% on average. The current tally on the Minutes for Peace website is more than 4.3 billion cumulative minutes of meditation logged, include all the events, programs, and festivals where people have gathered in large numbers and participated in meditations and rituals. The total count comes out to be a staggering 409 billion minutes for peace so far. You can see the pictures of the Minutes for Peace. About 5,000 devotees gathered and participated in a 48-day meditation program called Shuddhatvaitam. Kailas's mission of global peace and super consciousness breakthrough. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has hosted Kumbh Mela, United States of America in Los Angeles since 2007. Nithyananda Sangha, entrusted as the only organization to host Kumbh Mela outside India by the Akhila Bharatiya Akhada Parishad. In September 2006, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism organized the first confluence for world peace to honor the memory of those who lost their lives saving others on September 11, 2001 at Irvine, California, USA. The second confluence for world peace was held in Los Angeles in 2007 in collaboration with Vedanta Society, BAPS, ISKCON, Siddha Yoga, and other organizations. The Kumbh Mela festivals spread fast to other countries, including Australia, Canada, and other countries. In 2009, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism organized a month-long peace walk covering 1,000 kilometers and 1,000 villages to bring together in harmony from all walks of life, to promote feeling connection and oneness among people. During the walk, the health camps were conducted in villages along its path. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has conducted large-scale collective meditations on September 21st, International Peace Day, to raise the collective consciousness and awareness of peace. Kailasa's mission of global peace and super consciousness breakthrough. The sannyas is our social responsibility. Let us save Hinduism and humanity. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revitalized the monastic tradition of sannyas by initiating hundreds of people into the Nithyananda monastic order. The all-renouncing monks contribute the best things to human civilization, living their life with cognition, life is for others. These monks and nuns act as harbingers of peace and empowerment for the human society distraught with violence, depression, and other forms of life negativity. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism revived the ancient practice of embarking on pilgrimages. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism taking spiritual aspirants, the spiritual journeys to high energy sacred spots such as the Himalayas, Kailas, Varanasi, Angkor Wat, Cambodia, and various powerful temples of India. Even though prevalent in India, this practice is rapidly losing its original context, turning into a recreational family vacation. Reviving the original spiritual context, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has made it possible for modern-day human beings to benefit from the spiritual energy present at these centers and accelerate their journey of spiritual evolution, hence ensuring individuals and collective peace as a natural consequence. Now, let us see the revelations by the Devi Parashakti. On 12th May 2021, Devi revealed that I came as Nija Avatar. I am blessing you. Listen, people, listen. To do good to all of you, I have taken the form of Nithyananda and come down as Nija Avatar. People of India, listen carefully, listen. Time after time, Bharatam is Jnana Bhumi, where enlightened beings come. We cannot make Jnana Bhumi as infertile. Enlightenment beings have to come. They have to live and it has to flower. Few hypocrites, because they are stuck in delusion, we cannot sacrifice the world. Cosmos cannot be destroyed. The ship I did to save cosmos from being destroyed, that is called Adi Kailasa. I did to protect beings from Pralaya is Adi Kailasa. Because of conspiracy of Drohis and enemies' rule, the captain has to leave the ship. Before 12 years, knowing the great deluge that is going to happen, all Aushadas by this Guru Purnima, that Jnana Rasavadam, Navapashana is going to flower, allow people to come and take dip in Navapashana flower. People, whoever comes and dip in Vaidya Sarovar, they will not have death, they will not have corona. Crores and crores of people will come in line Ananda Lingam. 13th May, in India, I made ship as protection. The Nithyananda Navapashana Lingam in Vaidya Sarovar go to Adi Kailasa. O Indians, listen. All those regretting losing Nithyananda Nija Avatara without confusion and without talking, just as a lip service, go to Adi Kailasa. Crores of people will come there looking for health, Navapashana water feast and medicine, to get health and protection and enlightenment. To protect India from the great destruction, I, Parashakti, made this huge ship. Even if captain is not there, the ship is there. On 14th May 2021, Devi revealed that whoever comes in to Adi Kailasa and does the good work of saving people from deadly corona, I myself will do all of their work, life's work. This is a commitment Paramashakti is giving you all. Parameshwari, I will do what I say. On 19th May 2021, to save people from corona, I have set up a huge ship, Ananda Sarovar, Vaidya Sarovar and Ananda Lingam. I have made it in Adi Kailasa. Go there and take water every day, worship Ananda Lingam, water, turmeric milk and neem rasam showered on for this. The doors of Adi Kailasa will be open for all those who come with trust. It will protect body and will give conscious health. It will also give highest powers, dharma, artha, moksha, jnana, powers, karma, and the God beyond karma. The Kailasa life will give all goodness. On 31st May 2021, Devi revealed that the hell of Krimi Bhojanam mentioned by Vyasa in Garuda Puranam has opened. It is directly falling on India as thunder. Running to Adi Kailasa and preventing it is the only way. I have opened Adi Kailasa for those who want to save their lives. All of you run to Adi Kailasa. 11th June 2021, drop the foolish mind with the business motive of bargaining and attain surrender and go to Adi Kailasa. Be in Adi Kailasa, I will do good to you. On 18th June 2021, Devi revealed that for saving your life, go to Adi Kailasa. Best life is there. Before Corona takes your life away, go to Adi Kailasa and save your life. On 5th July 2021, the soil of Adi Kailasa is the Sarvaroga Nivarini, the cure for all diseases, in the world. Paramashakti, myself taking the form of Nithyananda as Nija Avatara, walking there barefoot for many years, manifesting all powers, the very soil was converted into great medicine that solves all karmas. 5th July 2021, Devi revealed that taking the soil of Adi Kailas and mixing it with the water of Navapashana Linga of Aita Sarovar, and by applying it, and all pains will vanish. Breaking the attachment to body, it will make you enlightened. Goodness is there. I told the truth. Go to Adi Kailasa. So when the first world countries close their borders during a massive global emergency, Kailasa has opened its doors and to all without exception. The free COVID care centers opened across India are Adi Kailasa, Enbedadi, Bangalore, Salem Adinam, Tiruvannamalai Adinam, Rajapalam Adinam, Pattanam Adinam, Srirangapadi Adinam, Madurai Adinam, and Avatipalam Adinam, Huzur Adinam are from Tamil Nadu, and Sripuram Adinam in Hyderabad, and Puduvai Adinam in Pondicherry, and Baroda Adinam in Gujarat. Kailasa rushes to aid India as India finds itself on the verge of COVID-19 third wave. The multiple free COVID care centers opened across India offered during the pandemic in Kailasa's de facto spiritual embassies across India, and spiritual services offered during the pandemic in Kailasa's de facto spiritual embassies across India. Cosmic revelations on global pandemic. The free social services offered during the pandemic in de facto spiritual embassies across India are medical care, which are allopathic, Ayurvedic, and Siddha medicine, infrastructure to accommodate thousands, and accommodation for multi-layered quarantine, and emergency ambulances and ICU on wheels, and personal protective medical equipment, and food security management through food banks and the organic farming. Join the Kailasa's COVID Care Protection Centers and register now through the link below, https://kailasa.org/Kailasa Care. Now, the Kailasa's de facto spiritual embassies are more temple-based spiritual ecosystems. So, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism tirelessly working these ecosystems. Now, let us understand why the temple-based ecosystems. Now, as you see across the world, the famous temples have been shut down due to the pandemic. The Puri Jagannath temple to remain closed for public, and not only the famous temple, literally all religious places closed for public. The religious places like mosques, gurudwaras, and temples, churches, everything closed to the public till further orders. In Uttar Pradesh, Madhur Madhura temples ban entry of devotees amidst the COVID-19 surge. Gujarat Somnath temple closed for darshan amidst the COVID-19 surge. So now, in the times when COVID-19 is rampant and the ancient temples are in a lockdown because of the risk of widespread corona disease, the devotees of these temples were visiting and having darshan of their gods and goddesses for thousands of years. At all these ancient sacred sentiments have come to a harming halt and after the lockdowns have taken place. The religious fervor of the devotees is being lost due to the pandemic. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving the e-Kailasa ecosystem and bringing all the ancient traditions of the online platforms on Kailasa TV, YouTube, and Facebook. Now let us understand why deity worship. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism says the deities are not mere idols. They are embodiment of ideals. We don't worship the idols, we worship the ideals represented through the idols. When the divine is present before him in a form that he can see, touch, and relate to, the transmutation becomes an easy and joyful process. Second, the deities in a real kshetra are always carved in the form of ancient masters and enlightened beings. Even though no longer in the body, they can be invoked through the name or form they used while
காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினிவில் உயிர்ப்பிக்கச் செய்து மாய மனத்தின் இருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து குரு பக்தியும் சிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ சக்தியும் அளிக்கின்றேன். மனமாயை விடுத்து குரு பதத்தை பற்றுங்கள். நித்யானந்தமாய் நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்துதித்த என்னை பற்றி வாழ்வில் எல்லா நலமும் பெற்றிடுங்கள். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி.
ஓம் 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 ஓம். காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினிவில் உயிர்ப்பிக்கச் செய்து மாய மனத்தின் இருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து குரு பக்தியும் சிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ சக்தியும் அளிக்கின்றேன். மனமாயை விடுத்து குரு பதத்தை பற்றுங்கள். நித்யானந்தமாய் நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்துதித்த என்னை பற்றி வாழ்வில் எல்லா நலமும் பெற்றிடுங்கள். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி.
ஓம் 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 ஓம்.
Sorry for the technical glitch. Now, let us understand from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism that explains about the science of temples, how they are adding the ecosystems based on the temple-based, adding to the global peace, adding to the individual's joy, peace, and bliss, protecting them from the pandemic and adding to the global peace. So let us understand from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's words.
We'll enter today's subject. It is such a vast ocean. Meenakshi's history and the history of Madurai Adinam, recorded history itself, is very little known information. And unrecorded Akashic readings are so much. I have to sync the whole thing in tune. It is still taking time for me to comprehend especially to present it in your language, the language in which all of you can understand. I can see literally so much of cosmic information from the Akashic reading, Akashic recordings are getting downloaded and getting ground, processed to get expressed in the language in which you all can grasp, you all can understand, you all can receive, you all can enjoy. So it is taking little time. I'll answer some of your questions today related to this temple culture. As part of this Satsang series, Madurai Adinam series.
This is a question from Rajiv, India. Beloved Master, people not belonging to this culture knows little about this particular Meenakshi temple. Please tell us who is Devi Meenakshi and her husband. Why this grand temple? What are the visible and invisible functions of this temple? Please tell us, Swamiji.
Read the next question.
As we see in our present time, towers of mobile, TV or dish TV antennas everywhere, jewels and for society. My question is, there is and was everywhere temples and deities in this culture. Anybody coming from outside just wonder, is this just sentimental carved stones worshipping culture or just artistic sculpture? What is the invisible function of temples, deities?
See, both questions, same answer. That is the reason I wanted to answer both the questions together. Modern day dish TVs, antennas, mobile towers, all of them work in the level of certain frequency where the words, pictures, visuals can be transmitted. See, the verbalization and visualization, names and forms can be transmitted from one place to another place through these mobile towers, dish TV antennas. But the temple towers are created to transmit super consciousness from one place to another place. Please understand. In Meenakshi's time, there was television, conscious television. It used to be in stone slab. And if you just sit in front of that stone TV, meditate, connect with Meenakshi, she will appear live and answer whatever you want. So each of the stone slabs only slowly later on became deities. You can see in our temples this happening. The TVs in which I am appearing and speaking are slowly becoming deities. They are receiving worship. Flowers are offered to it. Aarti is done to it. Incense is given to it. Now, all our temples are planning to have a separate throne for this TV. In Los Angeles, already I am on the throne. The TV is in the throne. The TV, in which people are seeing me, have already become deity. Same way, please understand, the stones through which people were able to connect with the super consciousness have become deities. Same way, all our temples, deities, everything is a connecting mechanism with super consciousness. The mechanism which connects with the super consciousness. Please understand, the deities and temples are not just sentimental carved stones they are not just artistic sculptures, they are conscious transmitters. They raise you to the superconsciousness. In each house in Vedic tradition, we have a puja room. All the puja rooms are your private conscious airport, are conscious transmission centers. The main temple is a place from where continuous superconsciousness is radiating. So if you just sit and connect with a deep feeling connection, see, in those days human beings were so beautiful and simple. Just remembering the name of the deity is enough. They are already in connection with the deity. That feeling connection. When I read Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, it says, sit in Siddhasana and be in Samadhi. That's all. So the human beings were so simple in those days. Just if you sit in Siddhasana, you are already in Samadhi. If you sit, your mind sits. Now, if you sit, your mind sits. Mind is completely away from the body. In those days, human beings are so simple and intelligent. All the non-mechanical parts of their brain were awakened. It is Western culture which killed the non-mechanical parts of the brain, the functions of the non-mechanical parts of the brain. Please understand, in the Vedic civilization, always human beings were brought up in such a way that non-mechanical parts of the brain was fully alive and awakened. It is a cultural invasion, destroyed the greatest possibility of the human being when the non-mechanical parts of the brain is not functioning anymore. The temples, deities, all these are looking useless. Otherwise, they are a huge conscious infrastructure. Please understand. So an example, suddenly, if we find some method to travel just 20 feet above the air, or 30 feet above the air, without petrol or diesel, all our automobiles, roads, everything will become useless. Then you will wonder, why so many automobile industries are established? Why so many cars are produced? Why this huge road? Waste. I think our ancestors are fools. You don't understand. At one period, it was used. It was being useful. Our temples, our deities, all these are useful if all your non-mechanical parts of the brain is awakened. Unclutching is the process to awaken your non-mechanical parts of the brain. When your non-mechanical parts of the brain is awakened, you will understand temples, deities, how useful they are, how directly useful they are, how they are part of our life, how they enrich our life, and how they make human beings intelligent, enlightened. These are the methods created to create enlightened civilization. These grand temples are not built as an They are built as a conscious movement. It is
Now, with this understanding, join the COVID care protection centers of Kailasa's de facto spiritual embassies. Register now through the link below, https://kailasa.org/Kailasa care. I repeat, https://kailasa.org, KAILAASA, kailasa.org/Kailasa care, KAILASACARE. Now, with this, we'll be moving on to the next segment of this program, that is understanding about the Maheshwara Puja. After a very short break, Maheshwara Puja is going to happen today on the Amavasya. Maheshwara Puja, let us pray for the liberation of the departed souls and bring completion in you with the departed souls. With the blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, let us understand about the Maheshwara Puja and let's set the context of the Maheshwara Puja. In this segment, what powerful cognitions and conclusions we will learn, and what happens to the soul after death, how do we choose our next body, what happens to the soul in case of natural death versus accident versus suicide. If someone commits suicide, does it affect the next generations? How does Maheshwara Puja help in the journey of a departed soul? Maheshwara Puja is offering food to the avatar, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, along with his monastic disciple. Offering food to the avatar is equal to offering it to millions of people. Offering food on Maheshwara Puja day will result in multifold benefits. offering Maheshwara Puja remove Pitru Dosha and receive multifold benefits for loved ones or ancestors. So what is Maheshwara Puja? Offering Maheshwara Puja is one of the oldest recorded ritual in the Vedic tradition. This is the offering of food to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, along with his monastic disciples. Offering food to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is equal to feeding millions of hungry people. This is offered to liberate the departed soul and let them rest in peace, gifting enlightenment to their souls. Regardless of the number of births the soul would have taken, embodied, having been initiated by the master or not in his lifetime, the master can intervene and make his presence available in the departed soul's life and lead it to enlightenment. This is possible only through Maheshwara Puja. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam says, the best place on planet Earth to give Pinda Tarpana is the stomach of a sannyasi. That is the hunger fire, the Jataragni of a sannyasi is the best fire into which you can offer the Pinda Tarpana, the Shraddha, which reaches the departed ancestors, the Pitrus directly. In Maheshwara Puja, you offer the avatars along with his monastic disciples. In Somasambhu Paddhati says, it is 1,000 times more greater than offering any Shraddha, any Pinda, in any river, any water body, any lake, any holy land, and any holy place. Offering it in the stomach of a living incarnation of Paramashiva is the best form of Pinda Tarpana and Shraddha. In Hinduism, Shraddha, wherein food is offered to sannyasis for the completion with the departed souls, is called Maheshwara Puja. In Somasambhu Paddhati, Shraddha Vidhi Sloka 3 says, Lingino Brahmanadasya Shraddhaya Shiva Dikshitaha. The translation goes, the sannyasis and brahmanas who have been initiated into Shiva Diksha are eligible to be appointed as the representatives of Pitrus in the Shraddha. Now let us see the glimpse of the Maheshwara Puja.
पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनी अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी अथ पुरुषोत्तमयोगो नाम पञ्चदशोऽध्यायः श्रीभगवानुवाच ऊर्ध्वमूलमधः शाखम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययम् छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्तं वेद स वेदवित् अधश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसृतास्तस्य शाखा गुणप्रवृद्धा विषयप्रवालाः अधश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके न रूपमस्येह तथोपलभ्यते नान्तो न चादिर्न च सम्प्रतिष्ठा अश्वत्थमेनं सुविरूढमूलम् असङ्गशस्त्रेण दृढेन छित्त्वा ततः पदं तत्परिमार्गितव्यम् यस्मिन् गता न निवर्तन्ति भूयः तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये यतः प्रवृत्तिः प्रसृता पुराणी निर्मानमोहाजितसङ्गदोषा अध्यात्मनित्या विनिवृत्तकामाः द्वन्द्वैर्विमुक्ताः सुखदुःखसञ्ज्ञैः गच्छन्त्यमूढाः पदमव्ययं तत् न तद्भासयते सूर्यो न शशाङ्को न पावकः यद्गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते तद्धाम परमं मम ममैवांशो जीवलोके जीवभूतः सनातनः मनः षट्ठानीन्द्रियाणि प्रकृतिस्थानि कर्षति शरीरं यदवाप्नोति यच्चाक्ष्वरः गृहीत्वैतानि संयाति वायुर्गन्धानि वाशयात् क्षोत्रं चक्षुस्पर्शनं च रसनं घ्राणमेव च अधिष्ठाय मनश्चायं विषयानुपसेवते उत्क्रामन्तं स्थितं वापि भुञ्जानं वा गुणान्वितं विमूढानानुपश्यन्ति पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषः यतन्तो योगिनश्चैनं पश्यन्त्यात्मन्यवस्थितं यतन्तोऽप्यकृतात्मानो नैनं पश्यन्त्यचेतसः यदादित्यगतं तेजो जगद्भासय
Maheshwara Puja is to help the departed souls rest in peace. This is the offering of food to the master along with his monastic disciples. Offering of Maheshwara Puja is one of the oldest recorded ritual in the Vedic tradition. This is offered to help the departed soul rest in peace and gift the enlightenment to the soul. Maheshwara Puja is a very important process for completion with any departed soul. In Maheshwara Puja, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and all his sannyasis become an empty space that is the bridge for the Sraddha, the Pinda, the offering, the oblations to reach the Pitrus, elders or any departed souls. The tradition says Brahma Kapala in Badri, Kala Bhairava's body in Varanasi, and Vishnu's Paduka in Gaya. To any one of them, you can offer the pinda, that is cooked rice balls. It will reach the elders. It will reach the ancestors. An avatar's body is said to be all these three: Brahma Kapala, Kala Bhairava's body, and Vishnu's feet. An incarnation is the space of eternal completion. Physically, mentally, spiritually, he is in the space of eternal completion. So when the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism accepts or receives the Maheshwara Puja given by you, for those moments, he is the direct representative of the departed souls. He is completing the incompletions you have with the departed souls and the incompletions they have with you. In completion process with others, when you want to complete with someone who is dead, normally you invoke them in the mirror or in one other person and complete. In Maheshwara Puja, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself sits with you and helps you to complete with the departed souls. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism sits with you, completing not just emotional, verbal commitments not fulfilled, anything you have not offered them when they were alive. You treated them in the wrong way. You didn't give food, medicines, or you didn't take care of them properly. Anything that you feel incomplete about. The scriptural references says that there are responsibilities. According to the Maharanya Upanishad, Viraja Homa Mantras, verse 3 says, Srincha Lakshmincha Pushtincha Kirtincha Arinyatam Brahmanyam Bahuputratam Shraddha Mede Prajnanstu Jata Vedo Sandadhastu Swaha. That means, may God grant me royal prosperity, the bliss of freedom, health, and noble repute, capacity to pay off debts and gods, departed souls and sages. May He bless me with the experience of being the favorite inheritor of the cosmos. May He bless me with sons and faithful, intelligent as well as grandsons. May I be fulfill the responsibilities of my departed ancestors. Each human being has a duty to complete with his pitrus, that is ancestors, elders, family deity, family guru, parents who are alive, nature which is around you, and your Sadguru. All of you are expected to complete with all of them. If somebody has left the body in this crew and you have some incompletions with them, for example, you did not give them food properly, but you took over their property after they died. You did not take care of them when they were alive, but you have inherited huge wealth after they left. So if these or any other incompletions are there with you, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism sits and liberates you from these incompletions by accepting the offering in the form of food. Actually, since the soul has left already, the food does not reach the soul, but the soul will be liberated from the incompletion it carries with you. Food itself does not reach, but the completion reaches the soul. You will be relieved from the incompletion you carry and become complete, and that being, that the departed soul will be relieved of the incompletions it carries because of your incompletions. It is like the departed soul would have already taken the next birth. Suddenly, for no reason, he feels relieved from his karmas and he starts progressing in his journey wherever he needs to progress. So it is like completing the completions at both ends. It is the blessings of an incarnation when he sits and accepts the Maheshwara Puja. It is like when you sit and do Shraddha and the Pinda Tarpana on your own, the responsibility is with you. When the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism sits and receives the Maheshwara Puja, the responsibility of completing you and completing that being, that soul, is the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So Maheshwara Puja is a method to complete with you and the soul who departed from your life. Once you offer the Maheshwara Puja, after that, you may not need to do the every year Shraddha. Once the Maheshwara Puja is done, eternally the completion happens. After that, you may not need to do Shraddha. Shraddha is more like you sitting and doing completion with your efforts. Maheshwara Puja is the supreme pontiff of Hinduism, making the completion happen at both ends. Now, can Maheshwara Puja help soul which has committed suicide? Suicide is the worst form of death. Once the soul commits suicide, it has to stay in the terrorized launch till the natural death period. Offering Maheshwara Puja to a soul which has committed suicide will help relax that soul. The only thing you can do to help that soul is Maheshwara Puja. If you have any family member or friends who have committed suicide, Maheshwara Puja will be the great help the soul in its journey. If you feel you need to complete with any departed soul, do not miss offering Maheshwara Puja. Now you can see some of the glimpses of the Maheshwara Puja at the Adi Kailasa Sarvajna Pitam. Some more glimpses. No matter how many births the person would have taken after leaving the body, and no matter if the person has met the master or not in life, the avatar can intervene and make his presence available in the departed soul's life and lead it to enlightenment. So what do you need to offer Maheshwara Puja? The picture of the dead person, the departed soul, an astrological chart of the dead person. If you do not have the picture, that means if you have the departed soul's time, date of birth, and place of birth, the astrological chart can be created. This is the case only when you do not have the picture of your departed soul. And you should not give the pictures of the departed soul, pictures of the people who are still alive, or give group pictures where some people are alive and some people are dead. Please note, Maheshwara Puja cannot be done to the living people in advance. So if you can give up to 10 pictures of your departed souls when you're offering the Maheshwara Puja. And the registration links are, and the details to fill and photos to upload links are projected here on the screen. You can also reach out to us. We'll be sending you to your personal WhatsApp messages or emails. Now, offer Maheshwara Puja, register now through this link below. Now that you have understand the cosmic truths about the death, what leaves the body after death, and what happens after natural death versus accident versus suicide, and how does Maheshwara Puja help a departed soul? Does suicide in family affect the next generations? With all this understanding, let's understand from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's own words.
Nithyananda.
Go ahead, ma.
Swamiji, I just wanted to share something. This is not a question. But I actually went to Badrinath to Brahmakapala to do the Shraddha, to do the Pinda Tarpana for my ancestors a few years ago. They told me I cannot do it because I'm a female and you have to be a male and you have to be the eldest son in the family. So they have a lot of restrictions. So it's not very easy to do those, and I think the Maheshwara Puja, it's just we sit right here and it just happens. We don't have to worry about, and nowadays the roads are not even accessible very easily to these places.
No, not only that. You see, listen, in that rituals, in the 13, anything related to the dana women can do, like a godana, budana, swarnadana, vastradana, annadana and all. Rituals, basically women are not allowed to do in the later days of Hinduism. The post-Shankara time, the ritual was, all rituals were banned for women. That is the reason this rule came. Okay. But originally in the Upanishads and Vedic period, there are records, women doing Shraddha and even last rites. There are tons and tons of records and enough of records. And even the Shraddha mantra, in Shraddha mantra, where the priest asks the person who is giving Shraddha to hold the rice and the til, he addresses female. Please understand, he addresses masculine and feminine. There are at least few places. We have enough references and enough of evidence where women were asked to give Shraddha and participate in the rituals. Now what you are saying that in Badri it is not happening is just the recent times, maybe last 600, 700 years, the male chauvinistic. That is the reason the Shraddha was stopped for women. You guys take this reference and go and do Shraddha in Badri and tell them, my Guru is Mahamandaleshwar, he has given this reference. You tell whether this sutra is right or wrong.
Yes, Swamiji.
Is this sutra original? Is this mantra original?
Yes.
He says, yes, it is original. Then allow me to do Shraddha. That's all.
Yes.
Swamiji, Pitru Doshatkaka Pandra Puja, Maheshwara Puja is the same?
Yes, it's one and the same.
Swamiji, what if we don't have any photos or any birth time?
No, I cannot do Maheshwara Puja. You have to have either birth chart or the photo. Without that, I won't be able to offer.
Swamiji,
go ahead.
While in Kailash, with you, we paid the tarpana, whatever the...
Then I think that's enough.
That's enough. Second is, when you say they will be relieved of all the, after the Maheshwara Puja, relieve of all the karmas. I thought it's only the incompletion.
All your karmas are actually incompletion.
Even the past life?
Yes.
Okay.
Even the need for breathing is an incompletion.
No, but my question is this. In the present life, there are the incompletions, let's say. But the karma is also from the previous life with somebody else.
In the past life incompletions only, you bring it as a karma in the present life also.
With the same soul?
May not be same souls, but the carrier is the same soul. Na? Say, for example, past life you would have had a fight with your husband. This life you may be having a fight with your wife. But the pattern is same in as far as the recording inside as a karma.
Right, but it's like my father. I might have incompletions which I took care of in Kailash.
That's all, that's enough.
Right, but his previous Jalma, what happens to that?
I say, when in the Kailash, when we gave Shraddha and all, whatever is other baggage he has, that also will melt down because we have given it in an elaborate way. Don't worry.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Swamiji,
You said 13 days, within 13 days, if you give do Shraddha, the soul which is born will get released of all the karmas. And suppose he has taken another birth, and within the 13 days, if we do the Maheshwara Puja, he will, in another body, he will get enlightened and leave the body as well? Or
No, he will leave the body and he will not have karma. He will not take another one body, which means enlightenment.
Okay, but that life
No, that body which he has taken itself will be dead.
Okay.
The child will be dead within maybe 4 or 5 days.
Even if it's a healthy baby, the moment you have done your Maheshwar Puja,
So the milk he drank, he will digest for 3-4 days and that's all.
How about the incompletion that the parents have towards the children?
Each soul is an individual soul and their journey matters. They will have another one kid, that's all. The individual soul's journey is more important than any relationship related thing. That comes as first priority. Second only this.
Swami, ஒரு சின்ன சந்தேகங்க. What happens if the 13 days passes away?
If the 13 days is passed, I won't be able to liberate that child immediately. The further accumulation of the karma and the incompletions can be reduced. Life will be better without the influence of this load. That's all. But immediately the child cannot be liberated and all.
So if something happens, we have to do it within 13 days.
Soul will leave the body. It will not take one more birth. I'll cut the U-Haul service. Not only that, even if the roof of a dead body is being taken, that's all. Anything falls into my breathing space, even without knowledge, by accident, means when I am driving, there is an accident in the road and the body is still there, means over. That fellow is liberated. He can't have one more body. Because the U-Haul service will be disconnected. My breathing space is such, all U-Haul service will be disconnected. Means the karma carrying umbilical cord will be disconnected.
So
that cannot survive in my breathing space.
So Swamiji, all the bodies that when we are sitting in Manikarnika Ghat,
whole thing is liberated. Whole thing is liberated. Yes. All these fellows are liberated.
at least 40-50 were there.
More than that.
Swamiji, when I was in Hardwar, there was a sadhu who was on the bridge, and I put some money under his coat or his blanket, and I realized that night that he was dying. So I went back the next day, and I checked on him, and he was almost dead. And when I put the mala, I took off my mala, and I put it on the top of his head. He shuddered, and he died.
It is good. It means you liberated him. You helped him to free. You put him in connection with me before he was dead. That's good.
Swamiji, you said the souls, even as long they're in their breathing space, they get liberated. So does that mean it only can happen around your breathing space?
No. In my physical presence happens. When I connect with them also, that they become part of my physical presence.
Okay. So Swamiji, let's say we have a deity which has been done prana pratishtha or your paduka which represents your presence there. So if
that will not be able to have such a strong radiation over a human being, because that being has to connect with it.
Okay.
My case, he doesn't need to connect. I myself can be actively involved in it. A deity will not actively involve. It will only wait passively, and whoever comes will be gracing. The Markandeya was active. So that person who is dying, if the person is active, the deity can do the job. Go ahead. Where?
Swamiji, if a person does suicide in your physical space, then?
No. If a person commits suicide, even in my physical presence, I will not be able to help. Because it is a abusal. You are fighting against God. When you asked and He gave you the body and you destroying it is directly fighting against the cosmos. So nobody can help you.
Swamiji.
Nobody can help the person who commits suicide, even in my physical presence.
Swamiji, even animals assume a new body within 3 seconds other than human beings.
No. Animals, when they evolve only they assume a human body. That also happens within 3 seconds.
Swamiji, if the body wants to, if the soul, which has been born in a new baby, if you have liberated it, if it still wants to hold on to a body, get a new body?
No, it won't want to. When the karma baggage is not there, it will feel free and just jump out. Who wants to be inside the body when there is no karma baggage?
Swamiji, how is it then with enlightened babies getting born? Babies, enlightened children getting born, they don't have karma, right? So why do they keep their body?
No, that is incarnations. It's not that. Normally all the children are born enlightened. No.
Swamiji, they need karma to retain the body.
Yes.
Swamiji, in the back.
Even in our end pregnancy, we bring a possibility for enlightenment more. Babies themselves are not completely enlightened. The possibility for enlightenment is more. And they are brought up in such a way that when they grow up, they will become enlightened. That's not that they are already enlightened when they assume the body. Next.
Swamiji, I already done the Maheshwara Puja through Swamiji to my parents. Still I want to do one more time. Can I do?
That is up to you. You can.
Thank you.
Swamiji here. In the presence of energized padukas or deity or any object, if the person is leaving the body, can it be? Will it become less
what
painful?
I'm saying, no, that person, if he actively connects with me, I can do, but not that his feeling connection doesn't exist. See, when it happens in my physical presence, that person's active connection is not required. I'll do the active job. But in the Padukandal, that person has to be actively connecting it.
Will it be less painful for the?
Surely. Not only less painful, even liberation can happen.
Thank you so
much. If
much.
that person is actively connecting.
Thank you.
Swamiji, the children who they die within a day or two of their birth, that means are they getting liberated or they will be?
Yes, they will get liberated.
Within 13 days, because as you said that karma
they
baggage.
They won't have the karma baggage.
Okay.
So immediately liberation only.
Okay. Thank you.
Swamiji, I wanted to share one experience. When I did my first Maheshwara Puja for my dad, since my dad died about 10-15 years ago, I didn't do any tarpana. That was a deep guilt in me that I should have done, but I didn't do. But that was an opportunity to perform the Maheshwara Puja. When I did the Maheshwara Puja and when you put your food in your mouth, I felt that something dropped from me, a huge weight. I physically, it was like a gross feeling that something left me. Because I had doubt also. How could this be liberating my dad and all that I was having? Because only 3 kshanas you need for you to take the next body. Since he died about 15 years ago, how could that happen? And all those things was running in my mind. When I did that, I felt that this was more than what I would ever imagine to do. Thank you, Swamiji.
Swamiji, one more question. Do the karmic laws affect incarnations the same way as they affect human beings?
No.
You can never accumulate bad karma?
No. It doesn't touch me.
Oh.
Then?
I don't know, I'm just asking because some people thought you face so much harassment and all that is not because of any bad karma.
Now you are also harassing me. What can I do? That is not because of my bad karma. I decide patient and answer you, that's all.
I have a question about in medicine, assisted suicide. Is that also bad?
Yes, suicide is bad in every angle. The Vedic tradition, Hinduism does not accept suicide in any form.
So even if the person's suffering, you shouldn't do that.
Even if the person should be kept alive with all possible available scientific inventions, discoveries as long as possible.
And if
doctors should not do euthanasia.
Yeah.
Mercy killing. doctors should not do. At least for all my disciples, I tell you guys, even if you do mercy killing, you will be prosecuted for murder in the cosmos.
Okay.
So never ever do that.
Okay.
Never ever do that. Yes. All doctors, please do not, never encourage mercy killing, never be part of the mercy killing, don't even be a passive partner in that mercy killing process. Cosmos records it as a murder. So even if your country law accepts, cosmic law doesn't accept, so you step aside. You tell them, my religion does not agree with this. For religious reason, I will not approve or encourage, be part of it. You be very clear about it and step aside. It is straight murder. It is straight murder. Nothing can be done. If somebody is attempting suicide, that will be hanging as a ghost forever till that natural time of moving to the next body comes. Accident, he will not have suffering because he is not destroyed himself.
I'd like to participate in this Swamiji in the puja, but I won't be able to sit on the floor. Is it all right for me to sit on the chair?
You see, the Shraddha, it's a ground ritual where the food is supposed to be spread on the floor and offered. Okay. That is why.
Okay, thank you.
Sitting on the floor will be as important as I need a photograph.
Can I offer the puja to my husband's grandparents who I've never met?
Whom you never met? Yes, yes, you can offer.
I had two questions. One, is there a Hindu position on organ transplants, lung transplant, heart transplant?
The Hinduism is very clear. It accepts organ transplants.
Okay. Second, what about hospice care? If a patient is dying and wants to just take
hospice care is accepted in Hindu tradition. It is encouraged.
Okay. Thank you.
As much as possible, the patient should be kept alive.
Swamiji, how about aborted life?
Aborted life. Actually, life enters only when the baby is coming out of the mother's womb. In that 3 seconds only life enters. When the baby tastes this prana, the breathing, the breath of the world, only at that time life enters. So inside the heart beating and all is an extension of mother's heart, mother's life.
Thank you.
In one body, please understand, inside one body, two lives cannot exist.
Swamiji, there is a condition of newborn baby where the kidneys are not developed, so the lung is also not developed. So the baby is put on the breathing machine support, and the whatever 24 to 30 hours the baby was there on the support. So there is not a clear, we were unable to see whether even adding a blood pressure support medication for a low BP, whether will prolong the baby's life or not, because the lung is not developed, so the baby is going downhill on the breathing machine support, which is considered maximum for the breathing aspect.
So you have done everything best and then baby dies, no problem. But anywhere you lack, it is murder. That's all.
We were not sure at the time whether even adding the blood pressure support medicine.
No, what I am saying, you had certain medical intelligence. With that, honestly, you supported only life.
Okay.
That's all.
Sure.
There ends.
Swamiji, one more question. The brainstem death which we certify.
Even then, the body should be kept as much as possible.
Because after the group of specialists certify the brainstem death, they actually withdraw the breathing machine support and all the medications. So, is it considered?
Even that should not be done.
Okay.
Till the heart settles by itself.
Okay.
Should be supported.
So, brainstem death is not considered a natural?
No.
Okay.
It's not death.
Okay. Thank you.
It's only a type of a karana sharira, the coma, causal coma.
So today we are going to have the Maheshwara Puja offering. and the auspicious occasion of Amavasya. So every month we have new moon day, full moon day. We offer the Maheshwara Puja.
Nithyanandam, thank you for joining us. So, in our present segment, we have Sri Nithya Chidambarananda, who has joined us as a special guest. Welcome, Ayya.
Nithyananda.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
So, Ayya, could you please share a little bit about yourself with all our devotees? Since how many years you have been with Swamiji, and a little bit about yourself, if you could please share with us, Ayya.
Sure. My name is Sri Nithya Chidambarananda. I live in Dubai, and I am devotee of Swamiji since 2010. Mahavatar Babaji is the one who brought me at the lotus feet of Swamiji. So that is the greatest blessing. And from there, my life has completely changed. So physically, mentally, psychologically, monetarily, all aspects of my life, relationship. So it is an amazing journey with Swamiji. And in last 1.5 months, with the Devi Ma blessing, Parashakti Maya blessing, a complete new dimension has opened up for me. So I will share about Parashakti Maya blessing, the effect what it is having in my life, how it is changing my life, how it has changed completely. So first, yeah.
So yeah, like when was the first time you met Swamiji?
Swamiji I met first time in March 2011, where I did the Path Puja. No, before that I met Swamiji in Dubai in January 2010. There was a one-day Kalpataru program.
I see. So more than a decade you have been with Swamiji. I'm very sure unless who might not have got a chance to such a long time in the presence of Swamiji, to know him personally, to be blessed by his presence. Would you please share for the benefit of our viewers some of your personal experiences with Swamiji? I feel our viewers will really cherish it as you share those moments.
Correct. Sure. So first experience is when I was inspired to attend the Kalpataru session in January, and I was doing a lot of meditation. I was following Paramahansa, so many things. So I was not willing to go. Then in the meditation, when Mahavatar Babaji came and told, go and attend, then he is our Param Guru, Gurudev. Then I decided, okay, then I attended Kalpataru program, and the first darshan, when I went on the stage to hug Swamiji, that's the first experience. Complete I disappeared, complete self disappeared, and there was only laughter, pure bliss and joy. There was nothing, and I just hugged Swamiji. I told, I love you. That was the first experience. And I realized, wow, he is my Gurudev, he is my Swamiji, he is my God, he is my everything. So just one darshan, one touch, and I'm done. Then thereafter, we have attended many IAs, we have attended cruise IA and many programs online, and then. So now, that is what, in my salary, for example, my salary got one shot, it was increased by double, which was like an impossible thing. My relationship, my talent, my skill, my way of living the life, it is completely like a 360-degree change in my life. So Swamiji is in my DNA, in my whole being. Swamiji is just vibrating, because there's only Swamiji, there's nothing else in my core.
Amazing, Ayya. So I'm really excited to hear your story, how Swamiji is causing each one of us, each one of our realities, and doing things which we don't even expect. Like, we might come with our small demands or small wishes or small desires, but Swamiji gives us what really our being wants, and a lot more, something beyond our wildest imaginations as well. As you are mentioning, like increase in salary, just a increase of double, and many other such experiences. I'm very sure most of us might not have such a fortune in life, but how Swamiji makes this magical life happen for all of us, it's really amazing to hear you share all these experiences. So
I'll share now Parashakti Maya blessing. When Parashakti Maya started giving me in Swamiji's form, embodiment of Swamiji, the biggest like a miracle or biggest breakthrough which has happened, which was really was pulling me down, was that, like Swamiji says, the present moment consists of three things: perception about reality, perception about me, and actually what is happening. Swamiji reveals that when we are focused on perception of our reality, and then come the perception of me, becomes a powerlessness. Then we even do not know what is really happening, what is actual reality. So whenever there was one pattern, which was a deep pattern, was awakening, whenever it was awakening, and I was getting drawn into it, that perception about reality, and I used to become powerless. After Parashakti Maya's blessing, now what has happened, because Parashakti Maya gave me blessing, you are mine, you are part of me, you are always with me, I am always with you. Wow. So what has happened? This has completely changed my present moment. Now present moment is what? I am part of Parashakti Maya. So what is happening? I am not getting drawn, first getting into perception about reality. And I am not getting powerless. Now instead that I am becoming powerful, that I am part of Parashakti Maya. And now I started impacting the perception about reality and reality itself. So this is the biggest miracle, because when we live in present moment, then we are in oneness with the cosmos, oneness with Parashakti Maya, oneness with Paramashiva, oneness with Swamiji.
really amazing, Aya. So it's really beautiful to hear from you how when so many people around the world are going such intense depression and intense mental disorders, anxieties, you are having, I should say, a phenomenal spiritual experiences with Devi's blessing, and evolving in most of us might not be able to comprehend in such stressful times especially. That is really fortunate that we are really fortunate that we have Swamiji's grace in our life. So yeah, like how many readings, Akashic readings, did you have with Devi Parashakti?
Parashakti Maya gave us total 5 blessings. Out of that, 1 was for together and 4 for me. And each one is unimaginable. Parashakti Maya just showering blessings and blessings and blessings. One day what happened, I was in pain. Like I was having chest pain, I was having back pain, and I felt that it's too much. But I was just praying to Parashakti Maya, and I didn't write actually for the blessing. And that the morning, there's Devi Darshan. So what Premananda did, my Sakhi, what she did, she just it was going on, then she just wrote in the YouTube prayer. And in few minutes, Parashakti Maya just showered the blessing. Says, from this moment, all the pain will disappear. And blossom, it will blossom. The goodness will blossom. And do not be afraid. You will be in bliss. Wow. When just I heard the blessing, all the pain went. That was unimaginable, because from the night I was feeling so much pain, and like I was feeling so much body pain. I need to do so many things. And then when just Parashakti Maya blessed and gave blessing, and that's it, I gone basically. It was like a clear, immediate blessing, and I'm done actually. Then now there is why I say in my heart, Parashakti Maya, you are my everything. You are my doctor, you are my medicine, you are my mother, you are my everything. I come to you. Whatever I need, give me. Parashakti Maya gave me blessing that whatever you ask and whatever you